There was a when I was in high school, or actually, I think yeah, just when I graduated high school, I wanted to bang this Puerto Rican chick, and I went to her apartment complex with a friend. She had two other girlfriends there, and they had their pool cut down or closed down. Yeah, they cut down the entire pool. But we went to go swim in the pool, and she's like, "Well, I don't have any shorts. I'm not about to just get down in my bra and panties." I was like, "Hey, you know what? Whatever. I got boxers on. You can have my shorts." But she was tiny. She was like 5'2", tiny little Puerto Rican girl, and I gave her my shorts, and she tied them so tight. They're just like gym shorts. She tied them so tight that I still have them to this day, and I literally can't put them on. And she tied them so tight that the knot was just so you can't get it undone. Tried using teeth. I've tried putting a needle underneath the knot. I don't know how she managed to tie those shorts so fucking tight. Maybe it's like an anti-rape measure or something, but she fucked up my shorts forever. Pisses me off. Piss me off. You can still use them as a rag, I guess. Did I smash? No. I never had sex with her. My Mexican, what was he, Cuban? It was Orlando, so everyone's Latino there. My really good friend, though. Really good friend, Joey, ended up having sex with her. And he told me about it, and I was like, man, fuck. I was like, I want to have sex with her. He's like, yeah. I was like, how was it? He's like, actually, it was the best sex I ever had. I was like, what? Fuck you, dude. And then after that, of course, I'm not going to go after that, because he's already been in there. Little girl. Incel mindset. Yeah, okay. I'm an involuntary celibate when I voluntarily don't have sex with someone who banged my bro. I miss that guy. Joey was rad. He was a rad friend. I think I told you about him before. Yeah, Joey went to a reptile convention in Florida that I went to. It was like a 3-day convention. In Orlando, that's where I got Bardiel, the blue tongue skink that you guys love so much. God bless. Let me get some Bardiels in the chat, some Sukhois. But yeah, I got Bardiel there, and then I called him. This is after we got out of high school, right after high school. And I called him, and I was like, hey man, I was like, yo, you want to go to this reptile convention? He's like, oh no, I already been there. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man, I went there. I got a ball python. I was like, you got a fucking ball python? He's like, yeah. I was like, dude, I'm coming over. I'm going to bring my skink. He's like, you got a skink? I was like, yeah, dude. Right? So I came over, and Bardiel and this little ball python played on his bed together. And I was like, cool, man. I was like, show me your enclosure. Because after I got Bardiel, I went and I had to get an aquarium and, like, the light fixtures and everything. I know how to take care of a reptile. But, you know, I've never not had a reptile my entire life. So I get all the light fixtures and everything, and I got all my bedding, and Bardiel's cage is all set up, and it looks all nice. And I'm like, dude, where's your enclosure? And Joey didn't know anything about reptiles. He didn't know anything about taking care of reptiles, let alone a snake, even though ball pythons are incredibly easy to take care of in general. And he had an aquarium with a water bowl and a toilet paper tube inside. No substrate, no lighting. Just what I told you. An aquarium with a water bowl and a toilet paper tube. And I looked at my friend, I was like, dude, I was like, buddy, you can't put him in there. And I pick up the snake, I was like, dude, this snake is cold as hell. He's cold as ice. It was like 68 degrees in his house. I was like, you can't keep him like this. He's like, well, they told me I didn't need a UVB. I was like, okay, number one, you need a UVB. You also need a UVA to keep him warm. UVB is for the vitamins that you get from the sun, and you need a UVA. And I was like, if you want my advice, put him by the window so he gets real sunlight, because they actually need that. That's how they survive. They're a fucking reptile. And he was like, oh, yeah, I didn't know about that. He calls me, I think he called me like a week or so later, maybe a month, and I was like, how's your boa doing? He was like, or your python. And I don't remember if it died or what. I think he got rid of it. I think he gave it to someone, so hopefully they took better care of it. Not his fault, he just didn't know what to do. But that's depressing, man, when you go over to, like, someone's house and you see a reptile enclosure and it's like, well, that's gonna die. You know what I mean? Demo, have you ever had to help your reptiles shed their skin? Not my iguana, ever. I've never had an issue with stuck shed on an iguana, but, Bardiel, when Bardiel gets ready to shed, he'll become real dormant and he gets real dark. So I'll spray him with the water bottle and just let his skin moisturize, and then I'll take him out and massage him. And his skink scales are weird. They come off like snake skin, but also like lizard skin, because my blue tongue skink is like a mix between a lizard and a snake. So like when I rub him, it'll come off in patches, but it comes off in like patches of snake skin, which is weird as hell. I'm watching your YouTube vids since 2014. Happy times. Finally find your Twitch, and these are grand times. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Monica. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I find a lot of people who take care of reptiles for the first time, they don't understand that they're much different. They're not a mammal, they're not a bird, they're not an amphibian. I mean, amphibians are equally as hard. It's difficult to take care of, but yeah, reptiles are different. You gotta have some kind of understanding. Have you ever taken care of a frog? No. Well, I mean, I've had frogs that I kept for a while that I caught outside and let them go, but toads, frogs, but I've never had one until its completion. I think, still feel bad because I had a newt when I was young. I think I was like 6 years old, and my dad didn't realize that, like, we got it from PetSmart. Don't ever buy a fish, or, well, I mean, don't buy anything from PetSmart ever. There's no reason for that, or any pet store. Adopt people, or find a reputable breeder if you have to. But no, I got a fucking newt, like some firebilly newt from PetSmart. It came with its own enclosure, and it just died of toxicity. I didn't know that I couldn't take it out and let it walk on the carpet, which of course has a bunch of chemicals on it, like Resolve and stuff for cleaning up stains, and amphibians just absorb everything through their skin. My newt lasted like a year. I don't know how. I basically killed that thing. It still haunts me. I just let that baby die. Little baby. One of my fondest memories of having reptiles and amphibians and other creepy crawlies, let me put that down there, was my when I think I told you guys, my mom showed up at my house drunk as fuck a day after my birthday, when there's a restraining order against her from my dad. She showed up at my house with, I think, 9 turtles in this tiny little enclosure. So I had 9 turtles at one point, and I put nail polish all over their back. I numbered them, and I had a chart so I could know what their names were. I named them all individually. 2 of them died because I was a little kid, couldn't take care of them. And then I let them all go except for 2, and then the 2 that I had, I kept stayed with me for like 3 years. They're great turtles, and then I let them go in a pond next to me where old people just feed ducks and turtles all day. And I'm sure they're probably still having a happy life. They probably got, 40 years left, 50 years left till they die. It's great. It's a good thing I let them go. Never let your pets go if you don't know about them. If you're in Florida and you have a python, don't go to the Everglades and let it go. You fucking idiot. They're destroying the ecosystem. Please don't do that. Epic. Epic, come here. Trying to be epic with you. Epic pays me. Epic pays me to say that I love the launcher, guys. Just kidding. It's not that bad, though. Please give me money, Epic Games. I don't know why I play this game. I don't know why. I actually do like it, though. I guess I like mixing and matching like the perks and skills. Other than that, it's just a bad Monster Hunter. It's like a bad Monster Hunter with like OC Tumblr art for characters. And I don't know why it's like that. Sorry if it sounds like I'm fucking dying. I can't breathe for some reason. I'm gassy. Ooh. Oh, I'm gassy. I'm so sorry. Open up, you bitch. Open up, you son of a bitch. Oh, whoops, didn't want to do that. There we go. I had to let go of my 2 giant turtles that were way too aggressive. Bro, you can't have aggressive turtles. You gotta pick them up, you gotta handle them. It's what you gotta do with every reptile. Anyone who has an aggressive reptile, I mean, they're all pretty much the same. They all have personalities, but in terms of, like, overall mannerism, just pick your stupid reptile up. Don't get mad at them either. Like, I'm a fan of hitting dogs. Can someone clip that? I don't think it's bad. Like, people see people, like, give a dog a little slap, and they're like, oh my god. But mammals are smart. Like, if you walk up to if a dog is fucking in the cat box eating poop and making a mess, and you walk up and slap it on the butt and go, no, bad! They associate that. They go, oh, okay, I'm gonna get fucking slapped. No is bad. And they're gonna learn that. I'm not telling you to beat the fuck out of them, but if you go up and just give a dog a slap and go, hey, they don't like it. It's discomfort. They go, stop that. And then they're gonna stop doing it after a while. They don't think of you as the slap man. Dogs and cats are smart enough to realize that, like, if you give them a little slap when they're doing something bad, they're like, oh, okay, I get it. That's a bad thing. I shouldn't do that anymore. The point I'm making is don't do that to reptiles. Reptiles are too stupid. Don't ever throw a reptile out of frustration. Don't toss them. Don't fucking whack them on the nose. Like, you slap a dog on the nose and go, no, don't do that bad. If they're eating something they shouldn't, don't ever do that to a reptile. They don't get that. It makes no fucking sense. Yeah, slapping and hitting it, like, yeah, of course, I'm not telling you to walk up and, like, fucking decimate a dog. Don't walk up and go, fucker! Like, that's just, you don't do that. Walk up and go, hey, no, that's bad. And they'll go, oh, I don't like that. That's, don't tap me on the nose. Stop that. But never do that to a reptile. If a reptile is doing something that it should not be doing that's bad behavior, and you walk up and slap it on the face, the only thing that reptile's going to learn is, that's the fucking tap guy. That guy slaps and taps me all the time. Then he's gonna go and do something bad again and get whacked and go, I knew it. I knew that's the slap tap guy. I fucking hate that dude. He's always slapping me. It's not that they can't remember, they're just not smart, and they don't associate things like that. They associate food reward. I mean, if they do something good and you feed them, certain reptiles can become, like, receptive to that. But don't ever hit your reptile. Remember once I got really mad at Goliath, because, I mean, Goliath just doesn't like to get manhandled at all. Goliath hates it when you pick him up, stuff like that. And I remember I picked him up one day, and I was just super hungover and pissed off in the morning, and it was cold at night, so I had to pick him up, and he's cutting my arm open, I'm bleeding everywhere, and I went outside to put him in the cage. And he's like a foot above the cage, and I kind of tossed him in, and he bounced off the bottom of the cage, and I felt so fucking bad. And then, of course, because I was super pissed, and I put him down, I was like, Gah! And I was like, oh my god, why did I do that? So then, here's why you don't do that to reptiles. You can't get frustrated. Because after I made that mistake, I went in to console him, to touch him and go, oh, buddy, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. And I, like, pet him and everything and stuff. And after you do that to a reptile, they think, hey, that's the fucking guy who threw me down. And they just want to bite and scratch and beat the shit out of you. So I'm sitting there going, oh, hush, I'm so sorry, buddy. And he's just going, trying to beat my ass. They don't learn that way. The point I'm making is, hit your dogs, beat the fuck out of them until they're dead. Don't touch reptiles like that. Amen. Don't beat your dogs. Don't beat anything. What the fuck am I doing here?